Thank you for joining us. Today I am visiting with Dr. Chandler Mann, who is the owner of Stone Oak Vision Source in San Antonio, Texas, and we're going to learn a little bit about himself and his business. And I just want to say thank you, Dr. Mann, for letting us set up here in your beautiful office.
Of course, Gina. Thank you so much. How are you doing?
Good.
Well, we appreciate you having you and my staff, and everybody's excited to, finally get our name out there and start talking to everybody about what we're doing here and how thankful we are to be in the community. So
awesome. So I'm thinking now you've been in the Stone Oak community. Is it 2 years now?
Yeah, we just hit 2 years. Yes, ma'am. We just hit our 2-year anniversary about a week ago. So December 18th was our 2-year anniversary.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize it was in December.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, congratulations. And so I'm just excited that you've been here and that you're my own personal eye doctor as well. And I just wanted to ask you, how long have you been an optometrist?
Well, I'm thankful you're my patient. But I have been an optometrist for about 5.5 years now.
Okay.
Graduated from University of Houston College of Optometry in May of 2019. I worked at Berkeley Eye Center, which is a large ophthalmology group in Houston, for about 3.5 years. It was an amazing experience. I gained a lot of experience. I worked with some world-renowned surgeons and different doctors, kind of learning, how to treat the patients the best way that we can. And now I'm excited to kind of bring that care to the Stone Oak community in San Antonio.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm also just curious, what makes your practice stand out here in this community?
I think what makes us stand out, more than most is that, in this day and age of kind of big box retail and private equity buying up a lot of medical practices, we're a family-owned business. My staff and myself, we treat every patient that walks in this door as, like somebody that would be in our family, because we are entrenched in the community. Everybody that works here, lives in the community, has children in the schools in the community. And with some of the things that we specialize in, especially for the kids, it's pretty exciting because, a lot of my team members, their kids go to school with these kids, and we're able to kind of help with different things for them and support the community, support the schools. We do a lot of foundational, donations and, try to help the schools as much as we can with their different athletic programs and, dance and musical and volleyball and things like that. So
that's great.
Yeah.
And then something I wanted to also ask you, I know that during the month of August, I believe, when things are getting ready to head up back to school, you did something this last August, which I thought was incredible, was like a way for screenings to take place for the youth. I think it has something to do with checking for, was it
myopia? Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so myopia is just the medical term for nearsightedness. It's when you can't see far and you can see close, and a lot of kids nowadays are developing that. It's becoming a very, very significant problem throughout the world. It's a large epidemic, and it's a very progressive condition that we have in these children nowadays. So back when I was a kid and when you were kids, we would just put glasses and regular contacts on and go about our day and, keep getting a little bit worse at a time. But with this generation, with how progressive the condition is, it progresses extremely rapidly with how much screens that we're on and the genetics that are getting passed down. So one of the things that I specialize in here is pediatric myopia management, myopia control, with different techniques and different treatment options to actually stop the progression, slow and stop the progression of the myopia, which in turn helps keep the patient's eye healthy long term, because there's a lot of bad diseases and different kind of vision impairing conditions that can come from the progressive nature of that condition. So what we did in August was we, had the clinic, we basically shut down appointments for 2 days and had free vision screenings for kind of everybody ages, 18 and under to come in if they haven't had a vision screening or they feel like something's wrong. We were, running different tests that can kind of help diagnose if they did have a problem with myopia and, it was starting to progress in different ways. We were able to kind of talk to the parents and let them know, hey, it's a really good time to schedule your comprehensive eye exam for your kid. There's different techniques that we can do to actually stop and slow this condition from progressing to a dangerous level. So that was fun. We had a lot of kids that popped in and did that. It filled up really, really fast. We're looking forward to doing it again this next August, and we're probably going to do, maybe 3 or 4 days of it because we had such a big success with it this time. It was awesome, yeah. And a lot of parents don't know that there are options out there to actually stop this disease, was what is considered by the CDC, to stop this disease from progressing and the progressive nature of it. So it makes a huge difference in the kids' lives, and we love it. Half of my staff is all very, very nearsighted, and they understand what it's like, and their kids are nearsighted, and we have their kids in programs as well. So it's what drives us, and so that's fun to do, and kind of just help spread awareness, because it's something we didn't have when we were kids, but it's, medicine's always advancing, and this is one of those things where it's advancing and the word is out there, but it's not getting out as much as we want it to, and so we're trying to help spread awareness now.
Well, I'm hoping that we're helping with that, because I think that's a great service and something great for the community.
Yeah.
So how often should someone get their eyes examined? I know that a lot of times we go to the dentist and we're supposed to go like every 6 months, but what is it for eyes?
So for eyes, a comprehensive exam that includes checking the retina, making sure that there's no abnormalities in the retina. We can actually, diagnose, or at least, kind of predict what is coming on from a systemic disease standpoint, whether that be diabetes, hypertension, different clotting diseases, different cancers, things like that, through the retina exam. So we recommend, the AOA recommends once a year for a comprehensive exam. Now, depending on the different diagnoses and different conditions that you have, sometimes you might be requested to come back on a 6-month basis or a quarterly basis, but that determination is made by your doctor at that exam. So once a year is a good idea.
Once a year,
and very important too for school-age kids. Vision screenings are important at the school, where they're just checking their vision, checking to see if they're seeing the proper line on the test. But it's still recommended to get a comprehensive exam at the age of 5. Definitely before the age of 10, to make sure that the kid comes in and we do a full, comprehensive, thorough exam on the kid, just to make sure that the child is in the best care possible.
Yes, and so they don't have any get behind their schoolwork.
Because we can catch different things that a vision screening at a school might not be able to kind of determine. So,
So can you tell me a little bit more about the different services that you do provide here?
So we're a comprehensive clinic, so we take care of all ages. So we do comprehensive eye care. We provide normal routine exams with refraction, contact lens fittings, glasses. We have over 700 different frames, standard all the way to luxury frames at our office. We have frames for children, different lenses, different contact lenses. Some more specialty things that we provide are dry eye services. So we're really, really big into treating and managing dry eye disease, which is a chronic disease. A lot of evaporative dry eye disease is taking place now with how much that we're on screens. Our diets aren't the best, and that becomes a very, very problematic problem for patients themselves, because it affects the way they work, it affects their everyday life. So we have different ways that we can treat that. We have plenty of different devices that we can do in office. We can do therapeutic management, but we work a lot with dry eye patients. We also do some aesthetic benefits to the face with what's called IPL, intense pulse light. There's different fractional tipped microneedling uses that we use, like a Morpheus 8. It's been a really, really successful procedure for us. It really helps the collagen in the skin, tighten the skin, makes you look brighter and tighter.
That's pretty awesome. To me.
It's pretty fantastic. People love it. But the dry eye disease is one of the biggest that we work on. And again, secondary services, specialized service we work on is the pediatric myopia control. Different ways that we can do that. One of the more popular ones is using an overnight contact lens called orthokeratology. It's an amazing technology. We've had it around for 50 years, but we finally now are knowing, we're realizing how much potential it has to actually slow the disease, slow the progression of myopia. And so that lens, they actually sleep in overnight time. It remolds the cornea. Take it out in the morning and they see perfectly all day long, while contributing to stopping that progression of the myopia.
That sounds amazing.
Children love it, athletes love it, because they don't have an actual contact lens in their eye when they're playing. They're not wearing glasses, so they're able to wear these lenses, correct their vision perfectly. It not only provides a health benefit, but it's amazing for kids that want to go be a kid without having to wear something
and be involved
during
in
the day
with their athletics and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's
it's wonderful.
Great.
Yeah,
wow.
a lot of professional baseball players wear it. It's really, really cool technology. But on that, we also have soft contact lenses that do the same thing, not with the remolding, but with slowing the progression of that myopia. So
awesome. And so I heard that you also recently were recognized. You got some special awards. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we've had a couple different awards. It's been a really fun year for us. It's a lot of awards that I wouldn't have received without the amazing team that I have. And again, I think the one thing that separates us from a lot of other offices around is the culture that we have in the office. Everybody feels like they're part of a family when they come in, and we want to make them feel that. We want to make sure every single person leaves happy and healthy when they come into our clinic, and if they don't, they come back and we make sure that they become happy. So a couple awards back in early of 2024, we won what's called the CooperVision Best Practices Award. So it's been around for a decade now. They select 10 offices every year, whether that be on a clinical site setting, like a school, hospital setting, ophthalmology surgical setting, or optometry setting. They'll select 10 a year. We're the youngest ever office to have won it. We won it. Oh, yeah, only 12 months in. So it was pretty amazing. And basically what that award shows is it just shows the practices embodying what they consider to be best practices, whether it's excellent customer care, customer service, great clinical skills, kind of a combination of the two. Making sure, and you're nominated by your peers and selected by your peers, which was a huge honor for me. I did not know that I was nominated by my peers or selected by them. So that was a really, really big honor, and we're excited to bring that award and help get some notoriety out to the community that, hey, if you're not happy with the care you're receiving, hopefully we can provide that care, and we try to live to that standard every day of that Best Practices Award.
That's great.
Yeah, two other things. One of the other things that I got selected for was what's called the American Academy of Optometry, or American Optometric Association partnered with a group, and they created what's called the Myopia Collective. So we've talked a little bit about the myopia control and what I do for kids. So I was one of the two. They selected 50 representatives this year, 47, and 2 of them from Texas, and I was one of the representatives from Texas, which was really, really exciting for me. It's a big honor. It's the inaugural group, so I'm an inaugural, what's considered a change agent. So my job is to kind of spread word and try to go around and help other practitioners that are trying to get their practice going and helping kids with the myopia problem, help them kind of get on the right foot and start treating them the right way, and making sure that it's a known fact throughout the community that we have something here that can actually stop the disease. So
that's great.
That was pretty great. The most recent award we just won, it's from the National Contact Lens Institute. It's called the Culture Award. I speak a lot on culture, and in our team meetings and everything, every single time that we have a team meeting weekly, we talk about the culture and how we can make a difference, and we share stories on how we can help improve a different patient's life. And that award is a huge honor. There's only 4 honorees annually, and we were one of them. So it basically just describes that we have a culture that we take the time with our patients. We allow everybody that we can to get into these contact lenses if they want to get into contact lenses, offering them different methods, and we're very, very patient. I think that we have the best contact lens teaching group in the world here. One of my team members, Bailey Romo, that's what she specializes in, and she's going to get what's called her NCLE certification in that this year, and it's a pretty prestigious certification that you can get from her level. It's a culture award that we go the extra step and try to make a difference. We get referrals from all over the state for some specialized stuff, and a lot of our office gives up a lot of their time on off days, on different hours. A couple weeks ago, this patient had to drive in 4 hours to come see us, and Bailey gave up her Sunday, and we came up here on Sunday and spent about 6 hours teaching her with her special contacts, and it ended up working. So it was great. So
that's great.
Yeah, but it's just I think that award is more, but these awards are about kind of the way that we're approaching patient care, and in a day and age where patient care is becoming so commercialized and nobody feels heard, that we're trying to make sure that we're actually seeing and hearing our patients and taking the true amount of time that it requires to make sure these patients are happy and getting them what they need. So.
I can see your passion. You're very passionate about what you do. So
I love it, yeah.
Yeah, so tell me, is there anything that you want to make sure that you add just before we close? Because you've mentioned a lot of great things that you're doing, and I'm thinking you're going to have a great 2025, and
I
we're
hope
probably
so.
going to be in a bigger office space or something in another year or so, because it seems like you're doing quite a bit.
We're growing really fast, and we're working on the real estate portion of it right now. Currently, we are getting creative with the space that we're in, but hopefully in the next 1, 2, maybe 3 years, we're able to make a jump to a larger office. Stone Oak is a tight community, so real estate is hard to come by, but we're working on it tirelessly. My off days are spent doing that and designing new build outs and things like that to kind of help expand the care that we're able to give to patients, because I didn't mention this earlier, but another specialized thing that I work on is again, it's on a contact lens side. It's called scleral contact lenses for patients with corneal disease or severe dry eye, but mostly corneal disease. And we have a device here called the S-Map, and it's an amazing scleral mapper.
Okay.
I think there's only about 90 in the nation, and we have one of them. It's amazing for very difficult cases with that. It provides unbelievable vision for people who cannot achieve that with standard glasses or contacts. And what we found out with speaking of the space was that that's in my office, and I have to bring patients into my office to take the measurements on that, because we ran out of space with how fast we've grown and how much technology that we've added to our office. I think we have the top tier newest technology on across the board, and that's something that I pride myself on, hoping to continue to stay with the updated technology, because I think that with new technology provides better care, and that's our goal here. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone is watching and needs to get their eyes examined, we're going to display the information and how to get in contact with Stone Oak Vision Source, and if you would like to also visit their website. And we want to just thank you for visiting with us, and thank you, Dr. Mann.
I appreciate you, Gina, and thank you all for helping support us in our first 2 years, and we hope to continue providing excellent care for you guys and growing in the community with y'all. So thank you. Thank you all.